guys have done the basics of substitution where they already had one variable isolated, okay? So one variable was already by itself, and then you plugged it in. But what we have to do now is first isolate a variable. And there's always one variable that's the best one to solve for, and it's the one that has a positive 1 in front of it. Okay? And the second best choice is the one that has a negative 1 in front of it. And after that, you're going to have fractions, and it's going to be a pain. So which one of those variables, we've got 4 of them here, we've got this x, this y, this x, this y, which one has a positive 1 in front of it, Nico? Okay? This x right here is the winner, all right? That has positive 1 in front. So that's the one you guys are going to isolate. I want to get it by itself. In order to get that one by itself, we have to get rid of this negative 3y. By the way, you guys, best thing to do when you do these in your homework is to actually write the equations side by side. Okay? That way you have room to isolate one of the variables. If you did not do it right here, just write small and we'll do it on the next one. So if I'm going to isolate, Dylan, how do I get the x by itself and get rid of this negative 3y? Nope. The x stays. We're isolating the x. Micaiah? Yep. We're going to add 3y, and we're going to add 3y. So I have x equals, the 3y's go away here. On the right-hand side, we have 3y minus 7. If you have minus 7 plus 3y, that is the same. Okay. Now we're going to do what you guys were doing in your homework before, which is substitution. So Caleb, where should I plug in 3y minus 7? Okay. After the 2x, kind of. But I get what you're saying, right? For the x, we're actually replacing the x. So make sure you get rid of the x. So I have a 2. And what should I put in my parentheses, Julia?
3y minus 7.
Okay, 3y minus 7. And then after that, we still have minus 3y equals 4. Okay, Jordan, what's the next step? Yeah, we're going to distribute there to there, there to there. So, Evie, what do I get here? Good. 3y equals 4. All right. And then, Evan, what's my next step? Good. 6y minus 3y is 3y minus 14 equals 4. Then what's my next step?
Now you add 14.
Good. Okay, so 3y equals 18. And divide by 3. Okay, am I done right here, you guys? No. What else do I have to find, Sophia? Yeah, we got to find x. There is a best place to plug in for x. Raise your hand if you know the best, easiest place to plug in for x. Yeah.
X.
Good. X equals 3. And instead of a y, we're going to substitute in 6, because y is 6. So what did you guys get for x? Corey? Okay. And our final step is to write it as a coordinate point. 11, comma 6, x, comma y. Always the x, then the y. Okay? Let's try one more. Use substitution to solve for x and y. So again, you guys write these down side by side. It's easier if you write them down next to each other. So I'm going to rewrite one of these over here. All right, so there's 4 variables you could solve for, And we want to pick the one that has a positive x in front of it. So Riley, or a positive 1 in front of it. Riley, which variable has a positive 1 in front? The y in the second equation. Good. So this guy right here is the winner. You want to isolate that y, and you want to get it by itself, which means getting rid of the 2x. So Alex, how do I get rid of 2x? Good. Okay, subtract 2x from both sides. So y is equal to negative 2x plus 25. Now we've got this, so Bethany, where am I going to plug this in? Uh-huh. Good. Oops. So we plugged it in for this y. You have a 4x, you have a minus sign, and then you have to use parentheses here. We substituted in what y equals. All right. This one's a little tricky. You have to be really careful. So, Aaron, what do I have to do with this negative sign? You have to distribute it, okay? It's going to go to here, and it's going to go to here. We rewrite the 4x. Nothing happens with that. We just rewrite it, and we distribute the negative sign. And so, Jackie, what do I get now? Very good. Equals 41. Okay, Leah, what's the next step? Yep, so 4x and 2x is 6x. Good. And Nate, what's the next step? Very good. So 6x equals 66. Nick, what's the next step? Good. Divide by 6. So x equals 11. Nice. Okay, and Andrew, what do I do next after I get my x? Very good. So we're substituting in the x right here. Okay, so here's where y equals. This is the best place to plug it in. Negative 2 plus 25. Riley, what'd you get for your answer for y? Close. Good. So then we write our answer as an xy coordinate, 11, comma, 3. All right, grab a whiteboard.